So I started this new methodology of running. It's called Run Flow.
Run Flow.
Yeah, it's a secret.
Oh, can we tell people?
Yeah. So for R.A.D, we want to kind of change the perception of running for people. I think over the past couple of years, it's gotten very like mainstream. Here's your 16-week marathon block. You have to follow these paces on your watch. And it's very like you're like tied to a wearable. You're doing your 5 days easy, your 1 track day, your 1 long run. And what I got out of doing that was like, I've never felt so unathletic in my life. Seriously.
It's
like,
true. It's
from
true.
playing like a college sport to now just like going out and running and training for an ultra, I've never felt so unathletic.
Yeah.
So there's
or maybe aerobically fit, but
yeah, sure.
you're not able to do
Right.
much else.
I could run 830 miles for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like no problem. Whereas if I did that before, like every joint in my body would feel like it was breaking.
Yeah.
But there's this guy, his name's Richard Diaz, and he came up with this methodology. And then at R.A.D, we're working with this guy, his name's Blue, and he like swears by this methodology of running. And we kind of want to get back to the place where like you're running for enjoyment while still being able to like chase your goals, but also like feeling like an athlete at the same time. And so he came up with this concept called Run Flow, where he goes through this. There's like 4 ingredients to running. There's your cruise, which is like your easy pace. There's your push, which is like your race pace. There's burn, which is like your top end speed. And then there's skill, which are like strides, things like that. And the goal is every run you do to incorporate all the ingredients into every run. And so like you'll have, say you go out for a 40-minute run, you'll have 30 minutes at your cruise pace. You'll have to do 6 minutes at your push pace, 1 minute at a burn, and you do X amount of strides, which is your skill work. The cool thing about that is you're not married to your watch.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit like the concept is like stepping out the door, going by feel. Hey, if you want to warm up for 10 minutes, great. If you need 15 minutes, great. And depending on how you feel, you may be like, I don't know if I can hold my push pace for like too long. Maybe I'll do like 5 rounds of a minute of push, a minute cruise to recover. And then I'm going to throw my strides in afterwards. And then at the very end, I'm going to throw a minute of burn and just go all out for a minute. Or you'll be like, you know what? I feel pretty good today. I'm going to do my push all in one chunk, 6 minutes hard of like my race pace, mile pace, and then I'll recover afterwards and then finish off with some strides. And it's just like a very free flowing, go as you feel way to run. And it's all based off your perceived rate of exertion.
Yeah.
It's not like I have to hold a 7-minute pace for 3 minutes. It's all about the effort you feel like you're putting in. And I've done this for like a week now and I feel amazing.
Really?
My energy's high. I get done almost feeling like I just did a CrossFit workout. And it's like you can program these as like the Run Flow workout of the day, and anybody can do these workouts because people it's all scaled based on their relative rate of exertion that they can put in, right? Like somebody's cruise pace, mine might be a 9-minute pace, somebody's might be a walk, and that's fine. And maybe somebody's push is their jog, and I'm running a 7-minute pace now. But the thing is, like, I want to bring these in person to events. So a lot of these like run crews are like all the rage now.
Oh yeah.
And
everybody's
like,
got to run.
And it's like, all right, 5K easy loop again. It's like, it's kind of like always the same thing.
Yeah.
But I think putting this out into the world and showing up to a run crew and providing value, like, hey, here's how you can like build community and camaraderie. But like, let's get a workout in, and it's going to be all scaled to everybody's level. We're going to do a 30-minute run. It's going to be an out and back, 15 minutes out, 15 minutes back. But during that 30-minute run, you have to run in an aerobic state for 6 of those minutes. Don't care how you do it. They could be 30 seconds at a time. They could be a minute. You can do all 6 minutes, but you have to push the tempo at some point for 6 minutes. And so the concept of Run Flow is every run you should be doing 20% of your duration of running in an aerobic state and 80% in an anaerobic state. And now there are like, it seems like it's like a very hippie way to run, but there is like a trajectory and programming to say if you wanted to peak for a marathon, right? So those percentages would change to where you're then running 30% in your aerobic state and 70 and building up to like 40 and 60, where it's a lot more hard running. But the concept is, if you look at the time spent in anaerobic and aerobic over your week and over your month, you'll be shocked at how much aerobic running you're doing, which is really cool. So I've been doing it, and I'm a believer from like day one. It's a really cool concept that it's kind of like going against the grain right now and running a little bit. And I'm really excited to like speak into that. You know, it's like, it's not going to be like R.A.D's thing. It's just like our methodology into how we run.
That's so cool.
Which is like very much who the company is, right? For those of you who don't know, R.A.D stands for Rally Against Destruction. So rally against destruction of the mind, the body, and the planet. So we try to do things very sustainably, and we're always working to do that better and better. Where obviously the destruction of the body, right? Like fitness is one of our key pillars, but then like our thing is like we make shoes to escape in. Like most people's mental outlet for the day is going off and working out. So like we want to provide the footwear for you to escape in and train. So that's like our methodology as a company. So,
dude, run flow. I like that. I think I'd be curious to know, like, if you took, probably couldn't take two people, like basically test out like the traditional marathon training program and have somebody do this run flow method and see like, I feel like you'd probably reduce your risk of injury a lot by doing that, because you're not pushing past what you should probably be doing because you're listening to your body more.
Right. So I think that's a really interesting component of it. And like, there's probably not a lot of like research or somebody who's done the traditional way and then the run flow. But now our guy Blue, he's done over 70 marathons. And I think like one of the last few he's trained strictly run flow for like a couple weeks or months. And he ran like a 2:30 marathon.
Holy shit.
Granted, he's like, I mean, he's a stud runner.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say he ran 70 marathons, I think he ran them all between like 2:20 and 2:30.
Oh my gosh.
But he
That's
trained
crazy.
but he trained like in that run flow style, and he was still able to accomplish the same outcome.